This card chosen for you is from the Fairy Forest, an Oracle of the Wild Green World by Lucy Cavendish. Card number 4, Shapeshifter, Transformation, Primal Wisdom, Instinct. You are able to change, my friend. All the things that have stirred within you, things that you have not even dared to whisper aloud, will soon become clear to others, because you are transforming. Do not let the fear of being different stop you from this moment, this miracle when the instinctual true self becomes manifest. You can do what you think is unlike you. You have told yourself again and again who you are, and many a time you have merely gone ahead with what feels comfortable for you, without daring yourself to truly be who you are. This message for you is to get ready to change. Get ready to be amazed at just what you can do when you give yourself a chance, at what you can become when you receive the same opportunities as others, but most importantly, what you can achieve when you dare yourself to go further. The story of your soul is so much more than you have allowed it to be, and within you are so many more possibilities. Do not deny yourself this chance to develop and grow. You are so many creatures, so many beings. Now it is time to explore that which once frightened you, and which will ultimately become one of your greatest adventures yet. Artwork, bird spirit. This card chosen for you is from the Fairies Oracle by Brian Froud. Card number 29. Teom, the poet. Clear sight, poetry, erotic energy, laughter, not getting into serious mischief. For quite a while as I looked at Teom's portrait, I really didn't have a very clear idea of his character. He looked so serious, so pensive, so thoughtful, but that wasn't the energy I felt coming from him at all. He had me baffled and fooled. Then my son, also a member of the Oracle discussion group, looked at him and noted, "But he's wearing a mask. He's laughing at us." He likes to speed ahead of us, then stand inside a tree and watch us go by, thinking up mischief for us to fall into. Then he flows ahead like a river, but much faster up over the hills, and lies in wait for us. That felt right, but Teom looked at me with such wounded dignity that I almost got confused again. Then he started laughing and dashed off. I wonder some more about him, and one of the other fairies said, "He's a fine traveling companion if you have a taste for adventure, bawdy songs, high flights of poetic fancy, and very down-to-earth observations. A fine fellow." Teom's boundless curiosity leads him into some strange places, and he is quite happy to take us there with him. Teom's wings, like ours, are neatly folded at his back and not readily visible. He is still learning to use them properly and thinks he is better with them than he really is. He wants to encourage us to unfold our wings and doesn't hesitate to lead us into situations where we almost have to fly, metaphorically sometimes, in order to survive. When I was young, I think it was he who encouraged me to climb up lots of trees and high buildings I couldn't easily get down from, and I know it was he who encouraged my son to do similar things. He is very fond of children. Like him, they are usually willing to try anything. Teom has a poetic spirit which involves much more than just writing of rhymes. It is all about being able to see things as they really are, and in that reality to recognize all beauty, even the beauty of necessity and difficulty. This is not an unthinking, reflexive, immature, everything is for the best attitude, but an understanding of the beauty of what we learn from joy and sorrow, from ease and hardship, from pain and pleasure. Teom also wants us to show us how silly it is to be so very solemn about life. He laughs at himself. He laughs at us. Sometimes he laughs so hard he gets cowslip wine up his nose, and then everyone else laughs at him. He doesn't mind that as long as we're laughing. Teom is also the young apprentice shaman, barely beginning on the path, but with a boundless interest in all things magical and mystical. He'll try anything and encourage you to do so as well. But you might find it advisable to show a little more sense than he does sometimes. He plays the panpipes, but not very well. He also chases the dryads, has much more success at this. He has a lust for life, wine, females, and song. He claims he was born on the Blarney Stone, which I doubt, and consequently has a wonderful gift for words, which I don't doubt at all. He loves children, writers, and blithe, adventurous, uninhibited spirits. He is a storyteller with a great imagination and has the power to inspire others to action with his words. As a message, when Teom turns up in a reading, his presence suggests the youthful spirits and energy abound. This is the time to do exciting things and to tackle projects you've been waiting and wanting to do, but for which you perhaps felt you didn't have the time or the energy. It may even be the time to write about them, but you probably need to do them first. Teom often shows up in readings for people who have a talent and inclination for writing, poetry, adventure, fantasy, or anything else. Possibly the only thing he ever gets very serious about is his writing. And he will spend all the time he needs searching for just the right word. Speaking and writing with conviction and sincerity and the ability to persuade others are indicated by Teom's presence, along with an outpouring of ideas. You may also find yourself thinking about romance and deciding that you want more of it in your life. This doesn't necessarily mean looking for someone new. It might well involve putting some romantic fizz into a relationship that has become overly routine. As a warning though, this card reverse can indicate confusion about what is really true, or it may suggest that we are being silent when in fact we need to speak up. It can also indicate lies found out. You can get into trouble with Teom. Just use a little common sense. If you don't have much, here is your chance to develop some instead of spending your brain energy making up excuses for foolishness. This card in the warning position in a reading would suggest that exercising good sense is of some urgency, lest you wind up head over heels like the reversed Teom.